the keys to phenomenal self-confidence. What is self-confidence? Self-confidence is the inner feeling of certainty. It's a feeling of certainty about who you are and what you have to offer to the world. It's also the feeling that you're worthwhile and valuable. Everyone craves to possess self-confidence because it makes life so much easier and so much more fun. Self-confidence gives us the energy to create our dreams. Self-confidence is an essential element to being able to create powerfully. There's so many aspects to feeling the power that comes through certainty. My life has been spent experimenting with our ability to create our dreams. My experiments have resulted in numerous creations, including healing my son from a lifelong illness, taking our family of 8 from near poverty to immense wealth in under 6 months, moving from a small home to an 8,000 square foot mansion, creating $5,000 in a week when I had sole custody of my 6 children, creating $5,000 the week after, creating $10,000 cash the week after, and $150,000 cash within a few months from one idea, and creating a life of incredible fulfillment, joy, and laughter, and creating a family that explodes with love for each other, and creating the peace that comes from certainty, creating a methodology that brings everything into my life that I desire. Do you want to know what I have learned from all these creations? I have learned that self-confidence and certainty are absolutely essential to be able to create our dreams in fast, powerful, and fulfilling ways. What I want to share with you today is how you can begin to have outrageous self-confidence in your own life. This is what self-confidence is not. Self-confidence is not acting like you're better than others. It's not feeling like you're better than others. And it never feels false. It is not something that you should feel guilty for wanting. Self-confidence is not the ability to step on others or promote yourself by tearing someone else down. Many people are afraid to desire great gifts for themselves. They feel if they desire great things for themselves, it will mean that they are filled with pride and may mean they are not worthy, loving people. But nothing could be further from the truth. It takes a level of self-confidence to desire great things for yourself, and you never achieve great things without first having the desire for them. Having self-confidence does not mean you are unworthy. It does not mean you should feel guilty for wanting to possess it. Self-confidence is not boastful or mean or taking advantage of others. And what will self-confidence do for you, and what does it do for me? Having self-confidence is the same as having a magic wand in your pocket. Self-confidence opens doors for you almost like magic. When you're confident, people are attracted to you. You find that people want to be around you for all kinds of reasons, to date you, to learn from you, to play with you, to experience life with you, and for many, many other reasons. Self-confidence is attractive. It is powerful. You will find that by taking the time to learn to be self-confident, life will begin to change for you in almost every way possible. What would you like to have more than anything? Take a minute, list 10 things you would love to have in your life. Yeah, just pause this audio and take a minute, list 10 things you'd love to have in your life. Now take each one of these desires and list 2 ways that you could achieve them if you possessed incredible self-confidence. This helps you think outside the box, and it leads your way to self-confidence. So take the time to do this. Does that make you want to have more self-confidence in your life? It should create a more powerful desire within you for self-confidence, because self-confidence is so powerful. Before you can powerfully create anything in your life, it's imperative to have a strong and consuming desire for it. Hopefully the above exercise helped you begin to feel this way. It is also necessary that you have a belief system that gives you self-confidence. Your beliefs create the world around you. They affect how people respond to you and how you respond to people. Changing your beliefs can deeply affect your self-confidence. So what stops us from feeling self-confident? Our confidence is cut off at the knees when we're feeling fearful. It's also completely stopped when we feel guilty or discouraged. I don't feel discouraged often, but when I do, I often decide that I'll allow myself to feel it and enjoy the feeling. Now, this may sound a bit strange to you, but the power in this is that it releases the pent-up feelings that are causing the discouragement. So when I decide to enjoy the feeling while it's there, I also decide to take it easy on myself and stop criticizing myself. Here's what I say to myself. Okay, if I'm going to feel depressed today, at least I'm going to enjoy it because I don't get to feel it very often. Then I laugh and think about how I can enjoy feeling like a victim for the day. Now, the simple statement behavior takes the pain out of the moment, and pretty soon my discouragement lifts. I know it sounds a little crazy, but try it and see if it works for you. Try a little experiment. Ask yourself, then write down the answer to this question. What would it feel like to allow myself the complete freedom to enjoy my misery for a day or two? Too many of us beat up on ourselves way too much. This process literally kills our spirit and our drive. One of the things I'll discuss with you is how to learn to honor and love yourself on a completely different level. A simple and effective trick, you've heard a million times, but it always works, is to just put a smile on your face. This can make you feel very different. Smile, don't let the smile leave your face for 20 minutes. And yes, it may work out the muscles in your face, but it'll also change how you feel. And know that these feelings are temporary feelings, and that many times it is the darkest before the dawn. And I found this to be true in my life almost every time, is it is the darkest before the dawn. So this is something to remember and to hold on to. As soon as you wake up every morning, before you get out of bed, put a huge smile on your face and name 10 things you're grateful for in your life. In fact, do it right now. Pause, do it right now. Simple actions like this on a daily basis will change how you feel. When we feel fearful, we are not self-confident. Fear is a killer. When we feel fear, we feel like we are not good enough. There needs to be a distinction here. If you're feeling fearful because you haven't done your homework or are lacking critical preparation for whatever it is you are fearful of, then you need to stop and do your preparatory work. But being self-confident also means we have prepared ourselves as best we can. But if your fear is because you live in fear most of your life, there needs to be a drastic change. I read a great book once called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. I'd recommend it to anyone. Self-confidence comes through walking through our fears. Every time we walk through a fear, no matter how small, we build our self-confidence. What is something you're afraid to do right now? Decide that you'll do it, no matter what. It doesn't even matter if you do it well. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out for you. The only thing that matters is that you step through your fear and do it. So many times we criticize ourselves for our perceived failures. We took a step and, well, we failed. A secret to self-confidence is not to judge yourself that way. Instead, look at the action you took and honor yourself for being brave enough to take it. That is what really counts. A lot of things we do don't work out. So what? Better to die trying than to not try at all. But again, the important point is if you walk through your fear and take the action, your self-confidence will improve, especially if you honor and praise yourself for taking the action. Try it. Remember, honor yourself for stepping past your fear and taking action. It doesn't matter if the action works out. What matters is you conquered fear. And now your comfort zone has expanded. Once you continue to do this, you'll find your comfort zone will get larger and larger until there is nothing you're afraid to do. Your self-confidence will be explosive. The next thing that holds us back is feeling guilt. Personally, I don't believe there are very many things in life to feel guilty about. If you're honestly trying to do your best, why feel guilty? Guilt saps our strength and our power. Allowing others to make us feel guilty is not productive. It's usually their own insecurities that cause others to try and make us feel guilty. Choose right now not to allow anyone to make you feel guilty. List 10 things right now that you're feeling guilty for in your life. Yeah, pause this and list 10 things that you're feeling guilty for in your life. Hopefully you couldn't find 10 things, but if you did, You will find yourself feeling amazing self-confidence once you have eliminated each of these things from your life. Now, I want you to take each of those things that you're feeling guilty about and write what it would feel like, what you would feel like, if there was no reason to feel guilty about it anymore. Yeah, pause this and do that. How would it feel if you weren't carrying around all this guilt baggage? Now, I want you to get real creative, and list 3 reasons why you shouldn't feel guilty for each of these things. Yeah, think outside the box. Pause this tape and do this. How about deciding right now to refuse to feel guilt from this moment on? And notice how your life and feelings begin to change, especially your self-confidence. An amazing action that will change your life and your self-confidence. I'm going to teach you an action you've probably never done before and possibly never heard of before. What I want you to do every morning and every night is to take a few minutes alone and honor yourself. The way you do this is simple. You just say to yourself, I'm going to honor myself for, and list as many things as you can. Instead of stopping at one thing, think of as many things as you can and feel the honor when you acknowledge yourself. There are examples of things you can honor yourself for. Honor yourself for getting up early today, for not staying up late watching TV when you needed your rest, for making a healthy choice for lunch, for not yelling at someone, for washing the dishes, for making a phone call, for doing an action that you were afraid to do, for sending love to someone, for smiling at someone. You can honor yourself for anything. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is you feel honored, acknowledged, and special. And who better to give honor and acknowledgement to than yourself? Why wait for someone else to do it when you can do it yourself and probably do it better than anyone else? Getting into the habit of doing this will boost your self-confidence tremendously. And it will give you a greater sense of peace and joy. You are special, and you deserve to be acknowledged constantly. You can give yourself this gift, just as I do every morning and every night. It is so important to feel special, to feel worthy, and to feel valued. This is a gift you can give to yourself. I promise you, your self-confidence will increase. I am Sasha Xarrian, the author of the Outrageous Mastery Trilogy and other outrageous ideas. Come visit me at outrageousmastery.com and beoutrageous.com.